So today, today I was just seeing Facebook and I was seeing this in the sense, the small thing, right? So when you see this, what do you remember? Like, how do you make an image which a user uploaded, like this, this big, into a small picture like this, and further make it like something like this, right? They make it a small thumbnail. How do they do that? So with that, I just start my lesson of what to do in Python. After completing the Python basic tutorials, what you generally need to know is Python packages. Python packages are something where the coders, developers make every library open source so that you can use them as your own tools and manage your own things. So generally, whenever you want something like this, you don't need the complete thing, right? You don't need to build something from scratch. So what do is use a Python package to make it. So generally, in Python, you'll learn something like import uh, SQLite 3. What it does is it makes the databases, right? So how does it do that? Like you import, but what is this SQLite 3? It's generally a package which is pre-built into the Python library, so you can use it because SQLite is generally used by everyone. So I'll just go back to this. So these are all the package libraries. You can find this many packages here. So now what we really need for making this picture is something called pillow. And pillow is an imaging Python imaging library which resizes an images, which does all this stuff, but I don't really read it. But it does all the things which you need to do with an image, like editing the image, color, changing an image, and many things. So Python imaging library. So how do I install this Python imaging library? So what I do is I go to PIP. This is something called Python package installing and management service. So what you do is you just say pip install pillow to install the latest version of pip pillow. So what I'll do is I'll just open a new one, which is I'll just do this pip install pillow. So what it's generally doing is it's installing on my main system, but this is just a project, right? So whenever I'm dealing with just a project, I don't really require pillow for my entire system. So what do we need to do? So I'm skipping this and canceling this because I'm just working only on one project, which is making the file, an image, go resize itself to a certain size, like a thumbnail or a small image, to fit to a small box. So I use pillow and I use pip. Now what we need to do is we need to have virtual Python environment builder. So what virtual env does is it creates a virtual environment for your project. So you only need pillow library. If you really install pillow and various libraries on your main system, you burden your system with whole lot of code which you don't require from for many projects, right? So you're just using pillow only for a certain project like cropping an image and all. So I'll just use virtualenv this project, so I'll do this pillow. Now virtualenv is very simple to use. What you generally do is you create a virtual environment. You create a virtual environment and you just play with it. So what is Virtualenv wrapper? Virtualenv wrapper is something similar to virtualenv, but it holds every virtualenv in a single set. So what we can do is generally we can call something like make virtual env to make a new virtual env. So what I'll call is PIL, which is already existing, but I just made something called virtual env pill. So what it shows here is pill, right? If you see this, there's this, and now we are in virtual env wrapper, which shows us pill. So to deactivate it, I'll just deactivate it. Simply activate, and it's just deactivated. So whenever you want to work on it, you say work on again. Pill. So it's ready. So I'll go back and how do we use this pillow properly? So I'm just seeing this. Now we are done here. So what I'll do is I have already created something called workspace pill. So I have an image here. This is an edited image which is of small size, and this is another image which is a logo, which is AngularJS logo. So what I'll do is I'll remove edited image, which leaves us with logo.png. So we are going to do this as a resize, make it to a small resizable image so it can fit on this size, right? So we are going to below, we'll just do this, pip install below. So remember, why did I cancel it here and why am I doing it right here? Because see, this installs on the main system, but what this does is you're already in a virtual env. So what it happens is you just put the pillow inside virtual environment. So I don't really burden. So here is a, see this folder, it's under environment slash pill slash library. So this is the folder where it has the entire pillow. So what I'm doing right now, I'll just go to Python. This is a Python shell. I'm using Python 2.7.3, but that doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do right now, I'll just see how it works really well. So I'll just go to tutorials. I'm seeing this, okay, cool. So this is from pill import images, okay, from pill import images or image, yeah, image. Im is equal to image dot open. The file name was logo.png, right? Now this says it. We are opening it and we are saving in an object called im. Now what this image is stored in an object called im. That is what you need to know. Now we'll do an out is equal to. Let me see what is the code for resize. Resize is something else. Paste it. So im is equal to, we have opened it, it's resizing it and saving it out. So out is an image object right now. So what we need to do is we need to save out.save, give the name of an image which is a resized image.png, comma png. So we're saving this and it got saved. Now we need to just quit this. Ls. Now we have this resized image which we are going to see. So this is a what was size? 128 into 128 image, which is resized. Properties 128 into 128 px, right? Cool. So that is how we install and make everything with Python. This is a after step of Python. Thank you. And I'll just explain one more thing. So what all do we really need? First thing is Python packages, which import which has entire collection of packages. So this the SQLite is a pre-built package. Pill is a managing and installation service. Pillow is an imaging library. Virtualenv is virtual environment which we are using. So another thing is Virtualenv wrapper, which is completely controls the virtual env and keeps them in a certain section. And below we're using this page, control enter things. And Facebook is a reference thing, so we have to make it something like this, right? That's it.